Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is July 26th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see California, Nevada, Arizona. Here, there's Mexico. You can see our ridge of high pressure continuing to bring some pretty stifling heat across the area. The clockwise rotation here allowing some monsoon moisture to try to get up over Arizona, but this ridge is going to be kicking off to the east and towards the southeast portion of the USA, and it's going to allow for more monsoon moisture to get up even across California, Nevada, and Arizona as we go on in through this weekend into early next week. Then we'll take a look at some wacky fantasy forecasts that GFS has been showing here, and we'll just kind of do it for entertainment purposes. But the European's been showing something similar here, just not quite as strong with the ridging, but we'll take a look at that here in some details here in a moment. This is looking at this day in Southern Cal weather history. Look at this, 1996 high surf from an intense storm south of Tahiti brought some big waves down there, 7 to 10 feet with sets as high as 12. Lifeguards made more than 500 rescues out there, and a mesoscale convective system over Arizona brought some big hail out there, some monsoon moisture even towards the California deserts here, and some big hail, quarter size. So things can get interesting this time of year. Looking at highs today, pretty typical summertime stuff, at least early summertime stuff, with the big contrast between the coastal areas and the desert areas. Once we get into later in the summertime here and on and through August and September, you get more of these offshore wind events here that can really start to roast the coastal areas here as well. We're just not quite there yet. This is looking at Phoenix. Look at this record warm low of 96. The old record was 94 set in 2018 here, so not much overnight relief here for Phoenix. And taking a look at the temperatures, looks like another, 1, 2, 3, 4 days here of 110 plus, and then just barely dipping down below and hovering around 110 for a while. You can see the average temperature this time of year is about 104 for Phoenix. And look at these overnight lows. The average low is about, 84 or so, 83, and we're supposed to be above average here on through early August. This is the weekend outlook. Check it out. You can see the increase in thunderstorm potential here on the National Weather Service Phoenix page. As you go through Sunday and then through early next week, we're going to get the uptick of some thunderstorm activity across California, Nevada, and Arizona. We'll check that out in some detail here in a minute. This is seasonable temperatures here. The valley not doing too bad. Still pressing 120 here in Death Valley and pretty warm across some of the desert areas. Here we are looking at Las Vegas. Check it out. 110. Flirting with it all the way through Saturday. Lake Havasu City, Bishop, Kingman, Daggett, Bullhead City, nice and warm. This is the cold water safety reminder. National Weather Service Sacramento. Some of these streams and rivers coming off the Sierra Nevada are still flowing fairly fast here. The water is cold here, so know your limits. It can be quite the shock to your system to jump into very cold water from 100 plus temperatures. This is Death Valley, 123. Stovepipe Wells actually 123 also. And look at this, Old Station, California, at least nearby, 33. Look at that 90-degree difference here. So if anybody makes that trek, let me know on Twitter. That would be quite the interesting feat. Now we're going to take a look at the GFS here. So taking a look, you can see the ridge of high pressure here across Arizona, New Mexico. Starts to weaken a bit here as we scroll through the run. It starts to push off to the east. There it goes. Now look at this disturbance here. Some more monsoon moisture going to open up across the region here. This is going to be quite interesting as we go through early next week. So something definitely to watch as we get bringing some rainfall even to some unusual places here across California as we go on in through early next week. And now we'll scroll out to Fantasyland. Always fun to look at a fantasy forecast here, right? You can see the GFS starts to build this huge, massive ridge again here across the desert southwest, much of California and Nevada as well. Some, just an extreme heat dome here. It's out in Fantasyland. We're looking 10 plus days out, but it's been showing it. It's been flip-flop and back and forth here in some of the runs, but the European shows something similar as well, just not quite as strong, which we'll look at here next. This is that European run yesterday afternoon here. Put this into motion. Similar thing here. The ridge bouncing around across New Mexico there starts to kick off to the east, and then we get that increase of monsoon moisture. So you got agreement between the European and the GFS on the return of this monsoon moisture through the weekend on into early next week. This is going to be interesting stuff here, folks. So we'll watch this closely day by day. Now, as we go further out into the future, the fantasy forecast on the European, you can see that ridge building here, but not quite as strong across California and Arizona here, and the troughing returns quicker here on the European as well, but purely fantasy for this time. We're looking 10 plus days out, just entertainment purposes. Day one thunderstorm outlook, eastern Nevada. Here we go down through Arizona, Utah. Not much for California here today or tomorrow, but that's going to change as we get towards the weekend and early next week. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature. You can see some seasonable temperatures existing, even a little below average across the California coastline there. This is 6 to 10 day precip. I do agree with this one as we're going to get some monsoon moisture in there. So probably going to be looking at some above average precipitation potential here as we go into the early portions of August. This is looking at last night's GFS run. This is total precipitation in inches. We're going to scroll by through here quickly. Thursday, Friday, not too big of a deal here. Saturday, a little bit of increase there. We start going into Sunday here, and you see some of this precipitation make its way into California, Nevada here. So yeah, we'll take it. Signs of life there in the monsoon. We'll continue to watch this over the next few days. Now, the Mogollon Rim. I pronounced this Mongolian Rim out there yesterday. Sorry about that. Saw the few comments about it. It is the Mogollon Rim out there, and you can see the terrain differences there between the higher terrain off to the north and east of Phoenix versus Phoenix down towards Yuma, Tucson, the higher terrain just off to the east there. Now, here we go. Big Bear City. This is the GFS. Check it out. Look at this signal for some of that monsoon moisture getting back in there. The European not quite as robust for this moisture here, but this is definitely something pleasant to watch. San Diego's even getting a little some action here all the way up towards the coastline. This is for the airport here, folks. So interesting signal coming up. Definitely something to watch over the next few days. And do you believe Los Angeles? This is the airport there as well. So check it out. And maybe if we're really lucky there, we'll get some measurable precip. But look at Phoenix, Sky Harbor Airport. Virtually every ensemble as you go through the 10-day period has some kind of precipitation here. So something definitely to watch. We got a couple more days to watch this and see what kind of trend we get with this precipitation and just how strong this monsoon moisture surge is going to be back into the southwest. Las Vegas showing some precipitation. Let's look at the control run. Actually shows almost up towards 9/10 of an inch there as you go through. What is that? This will be about August 1st or 2nd there. So interesting stuff here. Something to watch. Definitely entertaining over the next couple of days here. Eureka, California. Until you get any offshore wind events, you're likely to be stuck right around that 60-degree mark here as you go through the extended. Kind of fun to watch those temperatures there when you compare them, especially to the interior sections, on just how warm it can get for places like Sacramento, Bakersfield, Death Valley, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. This is San Francisco, something similar there, even a little bit below average here as we go on in through early portions of August coming up. Now, this is looking through July. Look at this heat across a lot of the west here. We're almost a full degree above average across the lower 48 here so far, July 2023. And you can see the below average temperatures there across some of the plains and some warmth across the northeast and the east coast as well. Texas above average also. This is so far this year, though, about 0.3 of a degree above average in the big yin and yang between the west and the east here. And we're working on some of these temperatures here as we go through July. We've been above average, so we're kind of breaking those temperatures back towards normal. This is looking at the fire danger here, and you can see if we go there, windy and dry across places of Arizona, some dry lightning strikes possible as well across Arizona, but not doing too bad overall across much of California. You can see the yellow is low risk here and the green is little to no risk, but you can still start some of those fires out there even when conditions are not favorable. So just have a heads up that. Keep in the back of your mind. Do not let your guard down. This is looking at the drought monitor. Check it out. Moderate drought still across some of Las Vegas down towards the desert areas. But, I mean, compared to last year, this is just a complete 180-degree flip. This is just amazing here as a lot of the state remains to be drought-free. Hopefully, we can bring some precip from the monsoon moisture and benefit the area even more. And with that pending El Nino coming up here, maybe we'll be above average this fall and winter on into early next year as well. We'll see how that goes. Of course, we'll be watching systems come in day by day. Just kind of something to keep in the back of your head for now. But yeah, anyway, this ridge is going to kick off across the east here and allow that monsoon moisture to come up across the region. Should be fun here, folks. And maybe even some areas of California, Nevada getting in the action here as well as a big uptick here for Arizona. So maybe we'll put an end to that 110-degree streak ongoing there at Phoenix. I mean, what was that, 119 degrees yesterday, the fourth highest temperature ever recorded at Sky Harbor Airport there. So, yeah, crazy times out here. I mean, to kick this ridge out here, let some monsoon moisture get back in there, and then we'll continue to watch the GFS and the European and that battle on just how strong that ridge is going to be through the extended forecast as well. How long will it last? It's way out in fantasy land, just purely entertainment purposes for now. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe, leave some comments below, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.